Welcome everyone to Lazy Day Crochet. I was just going through the tutorial about some stitch instruction or some basic stitches you use in crochet, and I thought it would be fun to do some special stitches. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to chain two more because I have one here. So we have I chained three. We're going to do a cluster crochet. Okay, we're going to do a cluster. For you to practice this, just throw together a swatch like a chain. I have a chain of 10, and then I have some single crochets at the bottom, half double crochets in the middle, double crochets here at the top. You don't have to have that. You can just do a chain of 5 and do double crochets or single crochets. You just need something you can crochet into. Okay, doesn't matter the size. We're just having fun here. All right, so we are going to do a cluster. A cluster is a half double. You're doing half of a double 3 times. I know that doesn't make sense, so let's work through it. All right, yarn over. We're going to put it in to the stitch, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, you stop. Okay, yarn over again. We're going to go through the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. Now you have two partial double crochets completed. So we're going to do it one more time. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 1, 2, 3 of these half-made double crochets on your hook. You have your beginning stitch, which means you have 4 total loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of them. And that is a cluster right there. It turns out that it's 3 different stitches, but it only has 1 loop at the top. All right, let's do it again. We're going to let's chain 1, so we'll skip this stitch. We're going to go into the next one, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. That's your first half double. It's not a half double, but incomplete double crochet. So then you yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. You've got 2 on your hook. We're going to yarn over because we need 3. Go through the same stitch, pull up the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. So now you have 1, 2, 3 half completed double crochets. and your starting loop, which gives you 4, yarn over. If you have the head of your hook down and even, it goes right through and you're done. We're going to yarn over. We're going to chain 1 so we can skip this one. But there are 2 clusters. 2 cluster stitches. Now you can do clusters of 5, you can do clusters of 2. You can do clusters of any amount. It's up to whoever's making the pattern and is asking you to complete the pattern. But the basic way to do it is always the same. Okay, so if it says a cluster of 6, you'll have 6 of these on here and pull through all 6. Or you'd have 7 because you have your extra loop. Alright, so now we're going to do a popcorn because popcorns are pretty popular. So we're going to do 5 double crochets. We did a chain already, so we're going to skip this one. We're going to do a double crochet 5 times into this one stitch right here. And it can be whatever stitch you want to on whatever you're working on, whatever you made to have this fun with. So get a stitch, double crochet, 2 and 2, that's 2, 2 and 2, there's 3. Remember, a double crochet is yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, go through 2. All right, so now we have 4 double crochets. We need 1 more. 5 double crochets. You're going to pull out your yarn just a little bit. It doesn't have to be super far. And pull out your hook. Okay? You're going to go back to your 5th or your first one. So this is your 5th one. Go back to your first one and go into that stitch. Remember how I explained that it's the stitch that's right above the post, right? So it's not this one and it's not that one. It's you followed the post straight up and there is your stitch. So you're going to insert into that stitch, you're going to have that V on top of your hook. You're going to kind of pull your work in and put that end back on your hook and tighten it down. No, don't make it super tight, doesn't need all that. And then you're going to pull. Don't do any wraps, don't do nothing fancy. We're going to do a slip stitch through that first loop. And then you chain 1 to hold it down. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch because you have to have it to close the stitch. Okay? But it doesn't count as a stitch. So if it says do a popcorn and chain 1, and it doesn't say that it's not designating that it's this one that you don't count, then you'll just chain 1. If it says popcorn chain 2, you're not going to count that first one and you'll chain 2. Okay? And this is your popcorn stitch. Let's do it one more time. So I chain 2. So I'm going to skip this one. And I said chain 2, even though I chained 3, because this chain doesn't count. I only chained these 2 additional. All right, so now we're going to go right into here and we're going to do another popcorn. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're going to put 5 double crochets in this same stitch. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So I have my 5 double crochets. I go back in to the first stitch, not to this chain. I go follow the post up. It's right there. I'm going to go right into that hole. That gives me the V at the top. Put the loop on the end. Pull it down to tighten. Do not over tighten it. We're going to pull it straight through. You see that? We did just basically a slip stitch back there. And we do a chain 1 to close it. So both of them like this. That is a popcorn stitch. All right. Now, I'm kind of trying to keep all of this the same. This would be the last there. We're gonna chain 3 more, turn. Now we are going to do a puff stitch. Puff stitches are fun. You're gonna put you're going to yarn over, okay? You're going to go into your stitch, come out of the stitch. You're going to go up as high as you want the puff to be. This is the height of my beginning starting chain right here. So that's the height I'm going to make it. Yarn over. Go back into the stitch, pull up another loop. You're going to pull it to the same height as your other ones. Yarn over. I just hold them just to make sure they're not changing sizes on me. Go back in, pull through another loop. Now, let's see what we got here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do it one more time because when you pull through 4 times, you'll have 9 loops on your hook, and I have 7. So 8. There's the 9th one right there. Okay, so I have 9 nice long loops on my hook. You yarn over and very gently, we're going to pull it through all those loops, including that one on the end. Chain. There is your puff. This is another one that a pattern designer can add more loops in here, they can say, you know, 5 over puff stitch, and then you would just pull 5 through instead of 4. Let's do it one more time. Pull the yarn up nice and high, or wherever it is that you're supposed to be. We're going to make it even with this guy here. Okay, so that's 1. I've pulled it up 1 time. 2, 3, 4. Now let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 loops on our hook. Make sure that before you pull it through that this is facing down, so it will, you can pull the hook straight through it, okay? So yarn over, pull all the way through, nice and easy. Your hook should be facing down, or should be at the same angle that your loops are. If you're just pulling down on it, your hook should be facing down, so it'll just go right through nice and easy. And then you chain at the top. Puff number 2. So the typical puff stitch is you pull 4 times, and then the designer may have you do something different. These puff stitches, these popcorn stitches, these cluster stitches are used quite often in patterns and blankets and you know, different things. Most of the time in blankets. They can be used in scarves and hats just for fun. But so you practice these. You may want to practice them when you're watching TV or doing, you know, nothing special. And that way, when you get a pattern that asks you for puff stitches, popcorns, or clusters, you'll already know how to do it. All right, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping by.